Just let me know, Gina, when we're ready.
Okay, we're ready.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone, and happy holidays. This is the December meeting of the Prince George's County Cable Television Commission. And we will, and I'm Cherie Gibson, Chair.
Festus Udejoho.
Kathleen Driver.
Cynthia Miller.
We will proceed with the agenda as it is shown on the screen. First, order of business is the approval of our minutes from our November 16th meeting. Commissioners, have you had an opportunity to review the minutes? Are there any edits or revisions requested for the minutes as they were provided to us?
No changes.
No changes.
No changes.
Thank you, Commissioners. With no changes, we will approve the minutes as submitted. The next thing on our agenda is an action item to approve the Comcast Cable Television Franchise Renewal Agreement. Gina, is there anything that we have to do with that here, or we're just voting?
I believe just to vote. Lakeisha
Okay.
is also there, so
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
That is correct. Just calling it to vote. Yep.
Okay. Thank you,
you.
Ms. Crenshaw. Okay, so Commissioners, we've had the opportunity to review the Comcast Cable Television Franchise Renewal over the last month. We just need to vote on the approval, the recommendation to the City Council to approve the Comcast Cable Television Renewal Agreement. So I will just call for the vote. Is there, well, prior, is there any discussion or any questions? We will just vote. Okay, so those in favor of approval, just please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Okay, so it sounds like we have a unanimous approval with all commissioners present today to recommend the approval of the Comcast Cable Television Franchise Renewal Agreement. Thank you. Next on our agenda, are there any other action items, Gina, other than that?
Oh no, there are no action item at this time except for that
Okay.
one.
Okay, thank you. Next, we'll move on to our monthly reports.
Sure. The monthly report for the Prince George's County complaint report for the month of November 2022. For Comcast, we have 6 open calls. For Verizon, we have 10 open calls. They're all closed and no outstanding calls. So
Okay.
that concludes my report.
All right, wonderful. All right, next we'll go to the, I believe if you could pull the
Oh,
agenda
sorry
number.
about that. Yes, yeah.
I think I know what it is, but I want to be sure. Yeah, the Community Television of Prince George's County report.
Yes, that report was submitted and it was accepted by the commissioner.
Okay. Now we have come to the point in the meeting for public comment. Do we have anyone registered or anyone in the meeting from the public with any public comment?
Sure, I have a couple of them here. I have Miss Kelly Williams. I have sent a request for her to unmute. I'm not sure if she's hearing me. Miss Kelly, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great, Miss Kelly Williams. Can you tell us where you're from, and then you can state your complaint before the commission?
Well, I live in Capitol Heights, Maryland. I did not submit a complaint.
Yeah, you didn't submit a complaint, right?
No.
Okay, yeah, but just tell us where you are, where you're from, and then state your complaints or whatever you want to say before the commission. Your reason for joining the Cable Commission meeting today.
Well, my purpose for joining is to find out what is going on with cable. I have Verizon, and to me, there should be, the price is just high. And I live in Capitol Heights, Maryland. And I think we are being overcharged for a lot of service that we receive.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us. And we will take that comment under advisement. Just be aware that the commission, we do not have any authority around the pricing of cable. Unfortunately, we don't have any jurisdiction around the actual pricing, but we can help you to connect to resources for assistance with payment or any kind of assistance around customer service or anything of that nature.
And I don't need any assistance with payment.
Okay.
And my purpose, as I stated, for joining the meeting tonight is to gain information.
Okay. Okay.
So I would know what to do or where to go if I should have a complaint.
Okay. Well, if you do in the future have a complaint or an issue that the commission can help, you're welcome to join us. We meet monthly at this time, at the same venue. And the purpose of the commission really is to hear from the community and to help the community navigate concerns and questions with the cable providers. We typically have a representative from Comcast and Verizon on our meetings, and they help us to unravel any kind of issues or red tape that customers and citizens have with the provider. So in the future, if you find yourself with a question or a concern, you are welcome to return before this body, and we will do our best to help you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Kelly, I'm sorry, can I have your phone number, please, quickly?
301
Uh-huh.
461
461
9893.
9893. Thank you so much.
Certainly.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us. Gina, do you have any?
Chair Gibson, there was a message in the chat from Ms. Williams that says that was not her talking. So maybe we could ask the caller to identify herself, because we do have a message in the chat from Kelly Williams that says that is not her talking. So.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's not me talking. Okay.
Yeah.
So can we ask the caller to confirm her name for us, maybe?
Miss William? Miss Kelly, are you still there? Miss Kelly? Okay, I have a phone number. Yeah. Sure.
Miss Kelly Williams or Kelly Williams? Did you have anything that you wanted to say before the commission?
And have we recorded the last speaker's name, I guess is my question. Who was the last speaker?
It was Miss, okay, I do have a Kelly Williams and I also have a Carolyn Williams, so.
Oh, so maybe that was Miss Carolyn Williams that was just speaking, for the record, just so we know who was speaking.
Okay, all right.
Because Miss Kelly Williams is still chatting with us that she cannot unmute. So perhaps that was Miss Carolyn Williams that was speaking?
Okay. I'm just gonna send her a message to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So Gina, the number that you recorded was for Miss Carolyn Williams.
Okay, that's
Kelly
Carolyn.
Williams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, so that's Carolyn. So Miss Kelly, can you speak now?
You're
Hello, Miss-
unmuted, so you're welcome to speak. All right, Gina,
I think
let's
she's
move
trying
on.
to unmute.
Yeah,
No,
let's
she's
move
not
on.
on mute. She's not on mute.
Yeah,
Miss Kelly is not on mute. Miss Carolyn is on mute now, but Miss Kelly is not on mute. Miss Kelly, can you hear us? Okay.
Let's move on. Do we have another member of the public for public comment?
Let me just look again. Okay. Yes, I do have a Miss Marsha Wheeler. Christ. Miss Marsha, are you there? Can you hear us?
Yes,
She's
I
raising
can
her
hear
hand.
you
Okay,
fine.
good.
My name is Marsha Wheeler Christ. I live in Beltsville, Maryland,
Mhm.
and I have Xfinity. And I have been a customer for a very long time after I switched from Verizon. My concern is that the bill is really just ridiculously too high. Is there a way for someone or people to just get basic TV? At one point, I'm 68 years old. So at one point, you could buy a TV, plug it in, and get all of the stations. Once they transferred over to the digital, you had to have some sort of cable that would let you get regular stations, although the basic stations that you used to get came in, it wasn't of any quality that you really could watch. I personally removed all of my boxes except for one, which I have the main box in my living room. And I gave everything back. My bill went from $280 down to around $250. Now it's back up to $285. I don't understand why it has to constantly go up. If there's any way to make a cap on it so that people are not paying these exorbitant rates. I mean, if you start at $125 for 3 units and then 3 years later, you're at $300, that is ridiculous. It's not fair, and it causes people to keep switching back and forth. I personally hate Verizon, so I probably will never switch. But it's ridiculous that you can't even get basic stations to plug in a basic TV. Is there any way that citizens can receive basic cable through, I don't know, through their electricity, through their homeowners association, through the apartment complex? Is there any way that that your bill can be capped so that it doesn't keep going up? I mean, I've removed services. I've stopped with Netflix or whoever, and the bill still just keeps going up and up every year. I think that's my rant.
Thank you. And yeah, we again, I'll start my comment by saying that the commission here has no authority over the actual pricing of cable, but we have, as a commission, have really have concern about the soaring cost of cable, and we have worked together as a commission to try to work with our representatives that work with us every month to find ways to help consumers, and one of the ways is to invest in some of the streaming services, like you said, like Netflix and Hulu, and some of the streaming, and to eliminate cable altogether. There are basic packages. I don't know those offhand, and I think we may have our Comcast representative on with us today. I can't see. Let me see.
It says
Yes,
so.
I'm here.
Yes, I see Miss Watkins. Miss Watkins is with Comcast. She's our representative, and she's very helpful. And so, Miss Watkins, do you have anything words of advice for our customer here tonight?
Sure. If it's possible to get the customer's contact information, we'd be more than happy to follow up with her. I can't speak to the specifics of the customer's particular account, but just generally what I can speak to is there is a basic tier of service. Absolutely. If you're just interested in a basic level of service, that is an option that you have with Comcast, and that's absent any of the premium channels, that's absent any of the streaming services, but it sounds like you may have already gotten rid of those. Something else you might want to consider, a big driver for customer cost, is if you have equipment that is owned by Comcast. Now, if you just want to plug in your TV, and I'm old enough to remember the good old days when you could just put an antenna on your TV and get all the basic channels that you wanted. But then, of course, there was the digital conversion. And so now it does require you to have a box that converts the signals so that way your TV can get those basic channels. One option that I would encourage you to look at is, instead of leasing that equipment from the cable company, that maybe you look at getting your own converter box and leveraging that to get the basic channels. So what would be helpful at this point is if there's a way, and and we can certainly do it offline, to get your contact information. We would be more than happy to follow up with you personally to look at your account and see what we can do to help you and alleviate some of these costs.
I would appreciate it. Would you like my information now?
Yeah, whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah, can I have
Okay.
your phone number? Just your phone number, and then I will contact you.
My phone number is 301
Okay,
937
937
1520.
1520.
Correct.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for joining us tonight, and we will follow up with you to make that connection to see how Comcast can help just analyze what you have and make
Is it
recommendations.
possible to get I'm sorry to interrupt you, Commissioner. Is it possible to get an address?
Sure. 11380 Cherry Hill Road, apartment 204, Beltsville, Maryland, 20705.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, Gino, do we have any other citizens on the call tonight?
Yeah, I'm just checking. I think someone else is in the waiting room. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, there's someone with a 202 number with
See
no
that?
name. I just asked them to unmute. That number is ending with 164. Can you hear us? Someone just joined with a 202 number ending with 164. I just sent her a request
Okay.
to unmute. We can go on, and I will, get back to that later. You
Okay.
can go ahead and continue while she tries to unmute her phone.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll move on to our cable
Yes.
provider reports. I know Ms. Watkins has joined us today. Do you have a Comcast report this evening?
No report this evening from Comcast. Happy to address any questions or concerns from the commission.
Thank you, Ms. Watkins. And then I know that Ms. Handy from Verizon has indicated that she is on vacation this week and would not join us, so we will not have a report from Verizon. So moving on to commissioners' comments. Are there any comments from any of the commissioners in attendance tonight?
No comment.
No comment from me.
No comment.
All right, no comments from commissioners. So we'll just circle back one more time, Gina, to see if we are able to make connection with the 202 number.
No, I sent a request to unmute.
Okay,
Okay, yeah, she has unmuted.
okay.
Okay, let's see if she can hear. I don't know if it's a he or she, but 202 number. Can you hear us? Your number is ending with 164. Can you hear us? She's not on mute.
All right.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes,
Can you
we
hear me
can.
now?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. This is Kelly Williams, and I'm calling from the Iverson Square condominium community. And my questions and concerns were regarding Verizon services not being in our area and wanting to know what can be done to have them install the Fios infrastructure in our area.
Okay, so our Verizon representative is not on, but what we'd like to do is take your number and address and do a little investigation and see if we can find out the reason or the status of that. So it sounds like you're looking to see if Fios can be installed in your condo or community complex. And so we just need to do a little investigation and find out and get back with you.
Okay, that sounds good.
So if you could provide your name and number and address to Gina, and then she will be able to start that process for you.
Okay, sounds good. And thank you.
So, Ms. Williams, can I just have your phone number? I know I spoke with you. We communicated, via email. So let me just have your phone number.
Sure, it's 202
Okay.
497
497
41. Yes, 4164.
4164, right?
Yes,
Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
Okay, so
Oh, I don't think I have any more public comments.
yeah, that looks like everyone. We had Miss
Yes.
Christ, Miss Williams, and Miss Williams. Okay.
Yeah.
So if there are no further comments from commissioners and no other public comment, then I'll just note that our next meeting of the Cable Commission will be Wednesday, January 25th. And I wish you all continued happy holidays and happy new year, and look forward to seeing you next month.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Happy New Year in advance.
Happy New Year.
Thank you to all the commissioners. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Thank you all. Have a good New Year.
Thanks, Gina.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for all you do, Gina.
Thank you, you too.
Good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.